Duisburg was bombed a number of times by the Allies during World War II. The most devastating air raids on Duisburg occurred during October 1944 when the city was bombed by the Royal Air Force. Duisburg was a major logistical center in the Ruhr Area and location of chemical, steel and iron industries. Duisburg was a primary target of Allied bombers. Not only the industrial areas but also residential areas were attacked by Allied bombs. As an entry to the Ruhr, there were daily warnings of bombing raids in 1943. In the period 1939 to 1945, the Royal Air Force dropped a total of 30,025 long tons of bombs on Duisburg. Battle of the Ruhr. During the Battle of the Ruhr in 1943, 577 British bombers destroyed the Old City on 12/13, met with 1,599 tons of bombs. 96,000 people were made homeless. Operation Hurricane. In October 1944, Duisburg became the main target in Operation Hurricane, a joint RAF Bomber Command and the USAAF-8 Bomber Command operation. On 14 October 1944, just after daybreak, RAF Bomber Command sent 1,013 aircraft, with RAF fighters providing an escort, to bomb Duisburg. 957 bombers dropped 3,574 tons of high explosive and 820 tons of incendiaries on the city for a loss of 14 aircraft. The same day, 8th Air Force sent 1,251 heavy bombers escorted by 749 fighters to bomb targets in the area of Cologne. Later the same day, during the night of the 14th of October, the 15th of October, 1,005 RAF bombers returned to Duisburg in two waves about 2 hours apart, and dropped a further 4,040 tons of high explosive and 500 tons of incendiaries for the loss of 7 aircraft. The same night a further 230 aircraft destroyed Brunswick. During Operation Hurricane, nearly 9,000 tons of bombs fell on Duisburg in less than 24 hours. But the damage to Duisburg is difficult to assess because much of the documentation, including the final report, is not held by the Duisburg State Archive. However, the documentation which is available mentions very serious property damage, a large number of people buried, and that at the Thyssen mines 3 and IV 8 days production was lost. Post-war Reconstruction. A total of 299 bombing raids had almost completely destroyed the historic cityscape. 80% of all residential buildings had been destroyed or partly damaged. Almost the whole of the city had to be rebuilt, and most historic landmarks had been lost.